So finally we got to see Dryden deck being played this weekend so far, and I was really looking forward to see this deck, because it was very popular during the last months, and then when Diviner of the Herald and the Meta Bull Fafnir were announced, I think this deck had an incredible hype, and I mean, I cannot wait to see team with the Dryden deck. Hopefully we got to see some combos here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first let's see who wins the die roll. It seems like it's Giles. Yeah, and he does so with a tanky. So, for any of you not being super familiar with the Dryden deck, you saw a XYZ deck, you saw a Link deck, you saw a Synchro deck. This is mainly a ritual deck, which makes it so unique because it relies on Herald of Ultimateness, in this case, to just lock your opponent out of the duo. But the fractal resolves, so as always, we are gonna see just the kit and the Nerval come down.
And actually Giles is playing, as you said before, the third variant of 3 Brigade, and we'll see in the end which one will be the best one.
Absolutely. So this is the pure version, let's say, with no additional engines in the deck, which gives you a little more space both in the extra deck and in the main deck, and in fact Giles is playing a lot of end shops, so, and the Cyrus comes down. So
yeah, we were saying as all of the players are main decking different copies of pots just to extend their plays and having powerful cards, and I think this is the standard opening from Tri Brigade. Let's see what he banishes here.
okay, so he picks up the cards. And yeah, now he has a lot of options. We saw how this deck is able to actually just end on an Appaloosa plus the Revolt and many other interruptions. So the thing is, he doesn't know what he's up against. So
yeah, I think one of the best opening we have seen so far this weekend was maybe Dueller plus Appaloosa plus Revolt.
for sure.
And let's see if maybe here Giles can make something even more.
Okay, so for now, nothing too out of the ordinary. He just uses his Tri Brigade and Link already away. It's okay, so he goes for a Link 3, and he's gonna go and activate the Grave effect to draw a card and to send one back to the bottom. So quite an unusual start, I would say. I usually use the longbow to activate the effect, but
yeah, something you don't see very often. Maybe he has already the Revolt. I don't know. Yeah.
okay, so definitely an unusual opening, but if he already has the Revolt, I think he's fine with his opening. So he sets 2 plays back to his opponent, and now Drytron can really show us why they are a contender in this format, but they have to do it dealing with a good Tri Brigade opening, so not the easiest. So Prosperity is the first card activated. Again, you can see the dichotomy whether some players use Desire, some players use Prosperity. I think Desire is overall much better if you can afford it in your deck, of course, and Drytron, by having the Ben 10, doesn't really have the option. So only 3 cards are banished, it seems. And the cards revealed are okay, pretty decent. So rarely you will see the one in the middle added, because it's just another Cyber Angel you use for utility purposes. But the other cards are both amazing. So okay,
the Diviner.
Yeah, the Diviner is added back, which you can use both to send the Herald from the extra deck. Usually that's what you go for. Ooh, but the Droll in the main deck from Giles. This can shut down completely. It's one of the best cards you can side against Drytron, and being in the main deck, I think this is way too much from Giles. And even
Ash.
double Ash. Wow.
No.
Yeah, you can see
No.
him smiling. What an opening from Giles.
Yeah, because Drawn and Lock Bird is the very card that really shut down completely Dryden. I mean, if I were to choose one card, I would pick Drawn and Lock for sure.
Yeah.
And Giles is main decking it, and he saw it first game, and this might hurt a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can do much under Draw and Lock with this deck. And this is one of the big reasons why, even though he has the Touch card in his hand, it's very tough. So he will try and use a Drytron, tributing another in his hand. And now he has access to the Fafnir, but very weak stuff when the Draw and Lock is there. Okay. What do you think? Maybe he sends the entity instead of...
Send the entity. Is now considering if activating the... Maybe he has Ash.
Yeah, I mean, you can send the entity because you're stuck. Yeah, this is the most obvious line. So you send the entity to pop the link free from your opponent or a back row and force the revolt. But you really don't want to face Draw and Lock in the main deck. It's a bold choice for sure by Giles, but it is paying off immensely here.
Yeah, it's not easy for Tim, but we are seeing that he's trying his best to play under Drawn and Lock. Yeah, he gets rid of the link. Yeah.
So he gets rid of the link, trying his best. He probably goes for Fafnir here, which again we mentioned is the key card of the deck by far.
There it is. Yeah, we were saying that with this card the deck changed completely, especially because like it is an incredible and powerful card that if you're playing Dragon you have to play this card.
Yeah. This card is absolutely insane. By far, I would say the best rank 1 by far, but just one of the best XYZs ever made. In this deck, it allows you to gain so much advantage just already with the first effect, and detaching to get any material down is absolutely ridiculous for the card. So unfortunately, we won't see the full potential of the card right now, but I'm sure during the rest of the match we will. And to be fair, the rest of Team End was pretty good. He has the Alpha, so he can special summon another Dryden.
Yeah, I mean, usually when Draw Locked is being activated, you have a lot of problems. Okay, now it comes the Ash, makes sense.
Okay.
But at least Tim is trying to do his best with what he has. So
yeah. Unfortunately, as we know, the Revolt is most likely face down, and he will be way too much for a team to handle with. But again, keeping his composure and trying and push as much damage as possible. And yeah, the Revolt comes down. Unfortunately, there is no Bell. This is the last thing I guess he was afraid of. A Bell really could have changed this game upside down, but now the Omen will stop his opponent and get so much advantage.
yeah, very good opening from Giles here, and nothing that Tim can do. I mean, he had a good end as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, here comes the Omen.
Yeah, here comes the Omen. He will banish the Fafnir. Thinking about it still, but yeah, there is not much of a doubt, I guess, at the moment. Yeah, Fafnir is banished, and play most likely is gonna be back to Giles just in a few seconds. Are you surprised at all that he didn't use something else for the Revolt?
Yeah, I mean,
I
would have activated them.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Not sure, but I guess you cannot add because of Droll, so...
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. So now the second tanky is flipped, and yeah, team was just hoping that there was no tri-brigade because of the draw and lock, but unfortunately Giles has it, and the draw and lock, we can say, just wins him game one quite convincingly. So kudos to him for maining it, and now we can quickly take a look at the side decks. So if you're Giles, what is your plan now that you know what your opponent has?
If I were Giles now, I would side in taking a look at his side deck. He doesn't seem super like scared of the tri-brigade matchup, actually. Because looking at his side deck, he has a lot of 3-offs. But in general, like, he has Twin Twister, Cosmic Cyclone. He doesn't have so many solutions. Especially because in the main deck he's playing Droplet and Triple Tactics Talent.
Yeah, it's definitely a main deck that's made for going first, but that has 6 amazing spells for going second. So in his side deck, he might have a card that we haven't seen yet, which is the Artifact Lancia, which is, I guess, a card for debate. Some people think it's amazing against Tri-Brigade, some people think it's not that great, so maybe we will close the debate with this match, but looking at Giles, he's now the one who will think about his side decks, and he is prepared. He has 3 copies of Alley of Justice Cycle Reader, an amazing card against this deck, and on top of that, he could side some additional cards like the Pancratops and Alpha, the Master of Beasts. So interesting choices, but I am sure they will do their best to advance. Once again, we could have had a different match coming up, but the winner is going to play against Salamangreat in the top 8. So no matter what, we are gonna have exciting and different matchup in their next phase of the tournament. So.
Yeah, I really hope now we get to see Team 2 combo off with the deck. I really like this, and I mean, Giles played really well. His hand was very good. He had Drawn Lock, Ash Blossom, and let's see if now Team can pick up a good hand on his side.
Yeah, so Team is obviously gonna go first, gonna try and set up the Herald, and let's see if he's able to do it. Lot of end shops from Giles, so for sure life is not gonna be easy, but let's just see if team opening has what it takes. Okay, seems like he's debating a lot, but the first card, okay, is the Diviner, which is definitely a good way to start. And is met by an Impermanence by Giles. Okay, so the first Entrop's already coming down from Giles. Is Team able to continue?
Let's see if he has a Drytron monster. Okay, he has
Okay,
Alpha.
he does. So he tributes the Herald. So great stuff here. Alpha comes down and he gets to add maybe Ben 10. Let's see one of his cards. Usually is the Ben 10.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty sure I saw Eva in his hand as well.
Okay.
So there's one card remaining. Let's see what is it. Okay, he has the ritual spell.
Wow, this is a okay start. So he goes for the Meteonis, and yeah, not the greatest start you can do, but it is what it is. And if you correctly saw that there is an Eva in hand, this is great news because you can discard it and then banish 2 and get 2. But Alpha Master of Beasts comes down. And what a way to start.
A card we haven't seen very often, but here it is.
Yeah, but this is the crucial differences between the Heralds.
Yeah.
Some people play Herald of Perfection because you can search it with prep, but the Herald of Ultimateness, which we are seeing on the field, is able to negate summons as well. So this is what just happened here, and now we are gonna see a follow-up with Keras.
Yeah.
Only a card remaining, but are you sure it's the Eva? Oh, it is the Eva.
Yeah, it is the Eva. Yeah.
But he discarded the Ben 10 instead.
So he just wants to keep the Eva, maybe.
And now he doesn't use the... yeah, he doesn't use anything, and the Keras hits the field. So, are you surprised that he discarded that instead of the Eva?
I mean, I would have discarded the Eva, right? Because, I mean, of course you have the Ben 10, but why not? Why would you not discard the Eva instead? Doesn't seem Tim is super concerned about this, but yeah, he's still continuing. Just okay. Now he goes for the Herald.
Yeah.
And discards Eva. Okay.
Not a surprise, and now, as expected, he activates so the Eva by banishing only the Ben 10.
Something we don't see very often, because we see Herald being added sometimes, like this is the standard play. Instead, he wants to add the Diviner.
He gets the Diviner, and here again plays back on Giles.
Yeah, doesn't seem like Giles is super happy with this, but Tim had a good study and with Eva as well. So yeah, right now it's very hard to get rid of the Herald, because yeah, he's only left with 2 cards. Let's see. Okay, he's continuing. Okay,
yeah.
He negates it.
And now he finally negates again with the Herald. A face down from Giles, and that is it. So play is back on Tim, who picks up a card and is now not in the greatest of spots, to be honest. And he picks up a Cyber Emergency, okay? That allows you to get any of the Drytron cards. But
no, I'm still wondering why he didn't add 2 with Eva. Like...
yeah, same.
I mean, I don't see why.
Quite surprised by the activation of Eva of only the Ben 10, but...
Yeah, here the Cyber Emergency was very good, because otherwise Tim would have left with only the Herald. Now he activates the Alpha. Doesn't look like Giles has any sort of interruption. Maybe the Revolt. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the Revolt comes down, and this is not pretty now. He gets the Omen, and this allows him to get rid of the Herald, because there is no more protection on his side. But I think it resolved already, so let's check. Okay, interesting. So he waited for it, and this way... Yeah, this is what they are debating, I think, with Giles, whether the activation was on the Drytron. But it seems like that was the case, which is actually kind of unfortunate, because now the Omen is not able to clear the Herald. So we're kind of in a chicken game, we say, where both players are kind of afraid to activate both cards, knowing it's the last line of defense. So... Again, Giles proving that even his pure version without any fancy engine is good enough to beat his opponents. And for now, it seems like he's convincing us.
Yeah, I mean, he's proving that he can deal with a lot of negations because Herald negated like 4 or 5 cards, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. Maybe if Tim would have added the second copy with Eva, he would have had another negation.
Yeah. The Eva is definitely a consideration. We don't know how he sided. It is also possible that maybe he sided out the other copies, but it's still very unlikely, and it's the only thing that at the moment I'm a little concerned about. So. Do you think he has any room, I don't know, for doing anything? I think he's just praying that this Herald sticks.
Yeah, me too, because Ren now is only left with the Herald, basically. Because... and I think he knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to figure out if he can do something else, but... I mean, I think he's going to pass.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems a little weak at the moment. We saw a few versions of this deck which were playing the Red Ice Fusion, which could have been cool to see here, but unfortunately, Tim is not playing the card, and this means Giles is happily gonna take a turn, knowing that the only card left in Team End is one Fairy, and that's all he needs to push through. And he does so by starting things off with a kit. He's banishing Chu to activate its effect, and yeah, it's tough. He's forced to negate, and here you can trigger the kit. You can do a lot of different stuff if you're Giles, which is what's going on. So he activates the kit, and then Herbal gets back the Keras. Oh. Yeah, he missed. Yeah, okay. They're not gonna shark him likely, but yeah, he missed for a second the correct Tri Brigade. But yeah, he gets the Keras, and with plenty of cards in hand, this is more than enough. The Omen can trigger afterwards, banishing the Herald. And you can see here just how excited Giles is. That he's just moments away from his top 8. Team, unfortunately, looking rough at the moment. And I think we are gonna have our third Tri-Brigade deck, although completely different builds advancing to the top 8.
I think we have to give credit to Giles in this game, because I mean, Team's starting end was okay, but he negated like 5 cards with Herald, and Giles was able to come back nonetheless, so well played by him. Game is not over yet, but it's really looking good for Giles.
Yeah, and again, here I think access code he went for. Yeah. Dale, he usually smell for disaster, and yeah, he even gets to grab another Tri-Brigade from the deck with Omen, so tough times.
Maybe just to be careful with the calculation, and if he can put up 8,000 damage. Maybe he does.
Yeah, playing super quickly. And he finally summons the access code. So before he probably summoned the longbow, special summon from end, another Tri-Brigade. And now, yeah, it was the longbow. And now he goes for the access code. Not much his opponent can do. The Herald is going to be destroyed. The other monster is going to be destroyed as well. And a lot of damage being pushed here by Giles. I think he has seen enough, and this should be more than enough. Cards are picked up, and Giles, even though he had the Alpha Master of Beast trying to fight back, and it didn't seem like he did, he advances to the top 8 and he's gonna meet Salomon Great in the next round. Congratulations to both, but now let's go back to us for the post-match discussion.